Hey, hello there, RJB here, and today I'm gonna cast a replay while some people are watching because they joined my replay, and I don't really want to kick them. It might be fun to just see them talking smack while I'm casting a replay. Maybe it's not, maybe it's too distracting, and I'll ask them to leave as the game goes on. Anyway, today I'm gonna be casting a 2v2 replay that was recently played, and I think this one will be an epic one. You can quote me on that one. You can hold it against me if it's not. But we've got Fujibayashi, who's one of the observers. There are two more players. There you can see there's a Space GK guy. They're watching the replay together with me. And I hope they can bear watching the replay on regular speed instead of sped up. I hope they can. I hope they don't mind. So yeah, it's Wilder here on the pale green Protoss, and his teammate Legend Hydra, and they're playing against the two players who have been dominating the StarCraft World 2 versus 2 rankings over the last week. Rabbit here on the yellow Protoss, and Gensei, also known as Minchul, here on the brown Zerg. They've been dominating, and everyone is trying to beat them. Everyone is trying to find a way to figure out how do these guys play, how can we beat them, because goddammit, we're losing, and we're losing a lot. How do we fix this? So Wilder and Hydra both teamed up. It looks like Silver Steel and Wilder, who was also watching, and Space can't handle watching it on slow speed. They're all leaving and getting the hell out of here. So is Fujibayashi. They're all leaving, getting the hell out of here. You're not interested in watching a slow replay. Which I can blame them. It's boring if you're not casting like I am. If you're casting, it's kind of fun. It's fun because you're just talking a random trash, basically. You're just trying to fill up time. And yeah, it's just fun. It's fun to talk about all the small little details that are happening, the big macro plans, the micro plans, and all that kind of stuff. That aside, though, we have a Protoss against Protoss Zerg. Theoretically speaking, Protoss Zerg is at a massive disadvantage, but Gensei and Rabbit have some really great early game strategies because they are early game masters because of all of their Korean experience where players just go all out from the early game. And they've played a lot against very, very good players who might even be better than themselves on the Korean Fast. So they have a lot of experience in early game, they have insane micro, and they're going to try to use their micro and early game skills and knowledge to basically beat their opponents quickly. Or get an advantage over the map. Or just, you know, that's their game plan. That's their game style. They go hard early. Rabbit here went with a faster pylon than Hydra did, so his one Zealot is out in the map and in Hydra space faster than Hydra's Zealot. And he's already on a Pro Punch. The micro here is pretty on point, hasn't taken any damage. Now he's taking damage on his Zealot. The micro from Hydra is also pretty good, hasn't lost a probe. The one Zealot there stuck in, he's walking out, he's going in circles, he's doing this really well. But at the same time, got some action happening here. And oh, Wilder's taking some damage. He put a cannon there in the back. He went for 3 Gateway Forge on an 8-9 pylon instead of a 7-9 pylon. Zealots are moving over across the map, going for an attack there on Gensei's drones. Gensei's drones might not be ready for this. There's 3 Zealots there, and there's only 6 drones. Drones going down here at this point are going to hurt him really bad. He loses 1 drone. He's on the run. Starts losing his Zerg. Loses maybe another drone. He pulls them away really well. Doesn't only loses a single drone against 3 Zealots, 4 Zealots, maybe even 5 Zealots. That was really well played. While in the meantime here, Hydra is trying to establish map control by blocking Hydra into his base. Got the cannon finished there, got about even amount of Zealots. Zealots are coming in from the back, gonna try to get us around on the Zealot and try to push those Zealots back. Wilder is changing direction. He knows he's got to go towards this block point here. If Hydra gets blocked, the game's going to become pretty difficult for Wilder because he's going to be wide open and he's going to have to defend himself against Zerglings, well, against the Zerg and a Protoss, while his ally is blocked out of the map. Looks like the fight here, though, is going in favor of Gensei and Rabbit, although more Zealots are coming out onto the map from both Wilder and Hydra, and they managed to prevent the block for now, but the block still is under contention. They're still fighting over it. Still fighting over it. Walking back and forth. Probe there went down at the blockade that was trying to build the block onto Wilder. Looks like another probe there enters the middle just in time to start and get this block solidified. They have to get this block down, or else they will be fighting against two Protosses with access to the middle of the map, and that just makes the Zerg very weak, specifically when the Zerg has gone for this specific goal order. But it looks like Wilder has lost a lot of probes as I'm looking at score tab there now on top. Alright. Okay, this fight is definitely going in favor of Wilder and Hydra. Wait, it might not. Actually, the tides are turning. The one can there on the bottom side is really assisting the Zerglings from Gensei. Also did a great job, and actually, they do manage to keep that block alive. It was a very, very close call. Way closer than I thought it would be. Hydra, instead of now fighting for the block, is going straight into Rabbit's base, going to try to do some damage there on some probes. Rabbit is pulling back the Zealots as well at the same time, but Zealots are going from Wilder into Gensei's base, going to try to get some damage down there. Just constantly trying to hit their opponents. Is he going to be able to do something? Tries to get on top of probes, but the probes on the gas are blocking access probes on the minerals. Zerglings are assisting from Gensei. Zealots do finally get on top of the probes. They killed one, they killed two, they're going to kill three, and after killing three, they all do go down. So it looks like Hydra is blocked and walled off into his own base, but he has a robotics and a support bay already finished up because he went for a very fast gas after his 3 gateway forge. He has adapted really well to what the Koreans are offering him to play with. Wilder, though, still a little bit behind on his probe count. He's recovering quite well, though, now going for mass gateways and a cyber core as well. He wants to have an army to fight back, because he's going to have to fight against a really big army from Gensei and Rabbit very soon in the near future. Rabbit here, though, is playing it a little bit low-bally on his drop defense, although he's getting Dragoons to help him assist with drop defense. He's not relying on cannons that much. The cannon is mostly there for detection. He's got the Dragoons to snipe the shuttle when the shuttle does come over. Double robotic there from Hydra. Should be able to get him a double Reaver. He's got a double Reaver on the way, although he's going to go in with one first, land it into the enemy base, and then pick up the second one, or maybe he's going to wait for both of them, fight them both at the same time. Wilder once again going for an attack there on Rabbit. He's going to try to snipe the technology from Rabbit. A great move there from Wilder. He's going to try to slow him down and stop the Reaver from popping out. Reaver's on the way. Reaver won't get finished. Reaver gets cancelled, and Rabbit loses the Robo, loses his drawing potential, and now drop kick from the other side, while Wilder is distracting Rabbit from the right side. So left side, right side attack, double prong attack, but the attack can't quite go in because there's no supporting unit inside the shuttle. Shuttle took some damage. He shouldn't send that one back in. He shouldn't send that one back in. That shuttle is very low in HP. If it goes down, the double Reaver will go down as well, and it only takes a single shot from a cannon or anything whatsoever to take it down. He's flying a little bit close. He's going to push the choke there. Pretty smart move. No reason to sacrifice the shuttle and lose the Reavers. Instead, just go for the push on the choke. Now a counterattack here. Very small counterattack onto Rabbit. Gensei is keeping those Zerglings running about back and front, helping his ally and attacking his enemy, killing small things like pylons and probes over time, while slowly getting bigger here back at home with 28 drones and Hydras finished up and on the way. Zealot speed is on the way for Wilder, Dragoon range as well. Dragoon range also on the way there for Hydra. Hydra is switching over into, I think, a mass type game style. Got more Reavers on the way, but he's trying to break out, and he's noticing that the middle here is pretty weak from Rabbit. There's not a lot of cannons, and Hydra has a lot of probes because he went for triple nexus. He's on 55 probes now. He's getting very rich, richer than everyone else, as everyone else is still only on a single nexus. But Gensei now, though, is starting to explode. He's got a lot of Hydras, a lot of Sunguns as well, and 5 Hatra. He's got a Lair now on the way as well. Wilder tries to go for a counterattack, but Rabbit pulls him back into the middle, and now both Wilder and Hydra are going for a break here on the blockade. Snipes the shuttle, very quick reaction there from Rabbit. Great job, really well done. But the block here that was keeping Hydra locked in goes down, and now it's an open map for both approaches to affect the game. Still drops there being produced there by Hydra. It's going to try to fly around or maybe send it into the middle to try and fight there. All the Dragoons there from Rabbit trying to enter the middle and pick a fight, but the Reavers there behind the Dragoons and the Zealots are just simply pushing him away. He doesn't want this fight yet. He pulls back to his base to get us around and get a better spread than Hydra. Goes into the middle. Going to go straight for the Reavers. Going to try to snipe the Reavers. Get both picked up. Shuttle gets take some shots, but both the Reavers there get on load and do stay alive. But the army size here from Rabbit is quickly shrinking as the Reavers are providing great support from the back. Now Gensei tries to fight into those speed Zealots from Wilder, but the speed has turned the tides. Hydras are not that great to micro into speed Zealots. He pulls back to his Sunguns, where Wilder can't fight into the Hydras because he simply loses all of his Zealots. So now the tables have turned. Hydra and Wilder are going to try to take over the map and get cannons onto the map. And I think they're going to try to block Gensei first, keep him contained in his base. Reavers are pushing forward as well, going to try to get some damage down there, but it might be a little bit of a bad move. He's losing the shuttle, loses 2 Reavers. That was that worst thing he could have done. Overshot the shuttle a little bit. Now Wilder goes in to try and save the day and try to keep those Hydras back in their base while the cannons here in the middle are being produced. But Gensei pushes back immediately, and a flank comes out from Rabbit, who won't let Wilder do as he wants or as he pleases. So now Wilder's units are stuck here in the middle, getting flanked by Hydras and Dragoons from both sides. More cells are coming from the base there, though. Hydra is waiting there back at home. He's producing drops, he's producing gateways. He's not yet. He's pretty slow in the macro in this case because he got supply blocks for some reason, so he can't really help his ally out here on the middle of the map, who's really fighting his heart out to try and keep this all on the middle, to try and keep map control. But map control is lost, and it goes back to Gensei and Rabbit, with Protoss Zerg here dominating the middle of the map. Are they going to try to go for an attack, or are they going to go for another blockade? They go for Wilder. Wilder now under some real pressure as the supply is only at 63. Rabbit and Gensei have a combined supply of about 190. A lot of Hydras, a lot of Dragoons, and the upgrades are also on the way. Now, one attack finish there for Hydra, for Rabbit, and the Hydras have no upgrades yet, but are soon to be getting their level 1 attack upgrade, and Lurk is also on the way. Now Hydra entering the middle of the map and going for the support move for Wilder to try to save his ally's life, while his ally is being attacked by so many different units. Rabbit there trying to sneak into the backside, going to try to get on top of every single structure there is, but there's a lot of cannons there that are blocking his way. Hydra's there getting damage on the gateways and on the Zealots, but now getting flanked by the Hydras, and there's no, by Hydra's Dragoons and Zealots, there's no way to run. He's going to try to mic his way out of there, but he's going to be stuck in that base, going to lose those units. Now, Reavers coming out from Hydra as well to save the day, flanking Rabbit's units there. Really great move. Keeps his ally Wilder alive, who's now starting to go a little bit bigger. Hydra on 95 probes. A lot of probes, a lot of money coming into the bank. He's very, very rich compared to everyone else. He's maxed out on supply, whereas everyone else is hovering at about 100 supply, or maybe even 50 or 60 supply. Huge difference. Went for a huge economy build order. A gamble, basically, is a huge gamble, but it looks like his economy build order is starting to come into effect. It slowed him down a little bit in fighting force and fighting power at around the 8-minute mark until 11-minute mark. Now he's damn strong, maxed out, and fucking rich. A lot of probes there, though. A lot of probes. Might have to kill a couple of them. Anyway, he's still preparing drops, still getting cannons up on the side as anti-drop. Rabbit also starting to add in more cannons, also adding on the Nexus now. He's on very low technology, but has a nice amount of gateways. Gonna try to keep surviving these attacks from Hydra, as Hydra has way bigger supply than he does, but also about double the amount of probes. So that is really hurting his army size, and it might come back to bite him, as it should give Gensei and Rabbit the opportunity to offset that huge worker difference into their advantage by simply having a bigger army. Gensei here, though, not planning on giving Wilder any time to recover and get cannons up there in the front, but Hydra's pulling cannons for Wilder. Now, some workers are coming in, but he immediately pulls back as he realizes there's way too many cannons. Now he just puts those lurkers up in the front of Wilder's base, who has no robotics, so no observers, and he goes to support Rabbit, who is really suffering from all these attacks. Rabbit also got dropped here, but he didn't lose any probes. He kept most of his probes alive. Really great job defending the drop there, while also getting attacked in the front. Hydra now getting cannons on the middle. Both these players are just playing really, really hard. They're playing their heart out. This is peak action, like we've never ever seen before in the channel. West against Korea. The best 2v2 team against the best 2v2 team from both. Well, Gensei Rabbit aren't the best 2v2 team in Korea, but they are one of the best 2v2 teams in Korea. And they're playing their hearts out, trying to establish dominance over the map. The whole players are at about 50 to 60 workers, or 100, and about 100 to 130 to maxed out supply. Hydra got his drop prepared, goes in with a drop. There's 3 shuttles there. Perhaps gonna have to really fight hard to survive this one. There's 1 Templar, 2 Templar, 3 Templar, 4 Templar. There's a lot of Templars there. He storms, he hits a lot of probes, kills about 30. He's gonna wrap it down in the dumps. His economy is in a pretty bad shape, getting spot abused here by the Hydra, who's just going hard for it because he wants to win. Wilder also soon gonna max out as he's adding on more gateways now. He's recovering from all those hits he's been taking. Lurk is there in the front is still keeping him contained. Robo is there, finished up. Observatory and Support Bay are both on the way. Observatory also on the way there from Hydra, who's going to send them across the map, probably to help his ally out, break out into the middle of the map. Now we've got some Lurkers there burrowing up in front of his choke. We'll try to keep him contained, while Gensei now on 68 drones in total. High finished, Great Aspire on the way. The Final Mount also on the way. He's getting everything he needs. Evo chambers, upgrades, everything you need. Hatcheries, Sunkens, Hydras, everything imaginable. Also getting more side vision here, providing it for Rabbit. Great team play from all these players, honestly. They great team play. Now, though, Hydra sending himself into the middle of the map. Zealots don't do great against lurkers, but they do get us around on the lurkers, and the lurkers are down with the protection and detection provided by the observer. Middle control still in the hands of Gensei here, though, but Hydra is going to take it back within fell swoop, as now the army from Wilder and Hydra meet each other here on top of the lurkers to try to take them all down. Going hard into it. Takes out most of the lurkers. Hydra there in the back is trying to provide support for the lurkers, but not really succeeding all that well. More overlords are spreading out over the map to get more vision over the left side of the map. The left side, right side, both covered by Gensei's overlords. Rabbit is trying to recover now on 40 probes, whereas Wilder and Gensei both on 76 and 70. Hydra still on 101. Small army, but big economy. Goes in for another drop. Will Rabbit respond in time? Rabbit looks to be responding. There's Reavers there. Reaver's going to try to take some damage up onto the next, going to try to take it down, but his character, we're going for the probes, don't connect, and Rabbit keeps the economy alive this time around. So he's going to be fine for now. Also some Reavers there in the front to help him defend against the drops that are unloading in the front. The Scarab will take down the Templars really quick. Now a full attack keep happening from Wilder onto Gensei, but Gensei finished up his choke just in time, gets Lurkers in between there as well, and the Spores to keep those observers away. So now Gensei just playing this really well. He recovered from that early game build order, which really slows you down tremendously. He managed to crawl himself back into a really strong position. 85 pro drones, 130 supply, huge choke here with everything he needs. He's never going to lose this choke, at least not in the near future. Another drop happening, no, frontal attack happening here on Rabbit. Let's go back to red versus blue. Combined forces of not combined forces. We've got Corsairs going all over the map, taking on Overlords, taking away Gensei's vision. Because taking away his vision just gives him so much less reaction time against drops and whatever they're gonna throw his way. Still a lot of Sunkens there around his hive, really playing the defensive Western style, mixed in with the Korean style exceptionally well. He's playing it exceptionally well. Gensei has adapted like a true master of StarCraft. Now, more side division going to get taken away from Gensei. Going to try to get cannons up on the sides. Basically take over the entire map. Hydra now finally throwing away most of his probes, realizing he's really in a bad spot because he has way too many probes. Killed about 35 of them. 50. He killed 40 probes. From 105 down to 65. He killed a lot of probes, but given he's so rich, he's got so much gas, he doesn't need them. He's completely fine on 65. He doesn't have to build much more in his base. Might have to build more stuff on the middle and the sides though. Mostly cannons, maybe some Stargate proxy bases, who knows. He's gonna spend money and attack. Now they have cannons on the middle here to keep Gensei somewhat contained. They decide to go for an attack on the Rabbit, who built a lot of cannons and a Reavers on the front to keep himself protected. Drop comes in at the same time as well. Lose a couple of probes, lose a lot of probes, lost I think about 40 of them in total, so now down to 35 probes in total. His money is once again down in the dumps. He's getting attacked in the front at the same time as well. The pressure is unreal. Can Rabbit survive? His bank is low, supply is low. He is in a really bad spot. But Gensei, not going to give him the time though, because he's got the fighters and lurkers here burrowing up on top of those cannons and take down all the cannons and then go for the counterattack onto Wilder, while Wilder has all of his army here inside of his choke point attacking Rabbit. This game is certifiably, absolutely, actually insane. The action is happening non-stop. Tempo is very high. And Gensei going for the attack here onto... He's going to take down the Nexus and the cannons here from the top side. A little bit of spot abuse, but given that Rabbit is getting spot abuse, that is completely fine and okay. Rabbit here defending his... He's defending really hard. He's trying his best, he's trying his hardest. Hydra going for the support move onto Wilder, as Wilder at the moment doesn't really have that many units on the map. He's recovering his army size as he's losing it here in Rabbit's base. Rabbit managed to survive his attack here with 41 probes. He's really poor, but he's getting the most out of his Reaver micro and his Reaver positioning. Now Hydra though pulls back out of Wilder's base and goes for the attack on Rabbit. He doesn't want to give Rabbit any opportunity to recover while also preparing another drop to yet again take his probes down. Gensei here taking all the cannons on top of Wilder's base here. He's going to take down the Nexus as well. Wilder, do you have anything to defend yourself against this? There are some forces on the map I saw earlier, but the forces are here in the top corner and they get slowed down by a Queen. And now the Shulk is taken down by a Scorch. Great move there. Now Gensei taking control of the middle of the map. He's just playing like an absolute madman. Took down the Nexus while it wasn't looking as well. There's so much happening at the same time here. Takes down the Guardians. Eventually, with the storms, Wielder relocating his proxy down to the bottom side, far from out of harm's way. He's relocating them so he can't get spot abuse anymore, and secures income here on the bottom, alright, of the map. Rabbit, though, in a very bad spot. A lot of Reavers, Zealots as well, trying to recover, 47 probes. Drop comes in once again, just in time here on the bottom corner. There's a lot of Reavers. He's going to lose his main most likely because the Reavers are way too damn strong. Zealots are coming for the back, from the front to the back. Temples might move over as well. His own Reavers are being picked up in the shuttle, and he's going to land them right next to Hydra's Reavers. Hopefully try to save the day, but the Nexus goes down before he can actually do anything to save it. Great move from Hydra, picks up most of the Reavers and flies them back home. Doesn't lose them, he can use them later once again. Rabbit is in really bad shape, but so is Wielder, also in pretty bad shape, although he's got a lot more money, and a lot more probes, and a bigger base. The drop comes in for the bottom side there, starts to unload the Zealots with distracted cannons. Can't unload the Templar though, so the drop doesn't hit. Wielder's economy is safe and sound, but we've got Overlords here on the side, probably with something inside. Hydra and Wielder going for a combined attack, or just gonna try to control the middle. Hydra goes for the attack. Wielder gets Overlord dropped by Hydras and Lurkers. And the Defiles as well. Great Plagues. He's gonna try to take on all of the probes. Most of the probes manage to get away though. Gonna escape to the proxy base on the bottom right. He's gonna take down his entire section here. Looks like Wielder is, at the moment, really taking a beating. As long as he doesn't lose his technology and his gateways though, he'll be able to keep producing and sending units out over the map. Genza here in a very, very nasty spot here as Hydra's coming from the back to the front, going to try to defend himself, but there's so many Dragoons and Templars inside his choke point. Great Plague that is going to slow down the Dragoons and completely mess up the attack from Hydra and Wielder. The units underneath the Dark Swarm there, those Zerg's response to take care of those. Hydra's getting a great surround there, and meanwhile here inside of Rapid Space, we've got, oh, these are the probes from Wielder going towards Hydra. A lot is happening at the same time on the map. They're slowly pushing Gensei's choke in. The game's looking pretty bad here for Gensei, although he's got Guardians on the way there in the backside. Got Shuttle Drop coming in as well. Shuttle Drop might hit, might connect. Drones are running away just in time. Templar's going to storm. Templar can storm. Templar goes down immediately within the blink of an eye. But another drop there coming in from Hydra. Can't Plague. Doesn't have anything for the Plague. He can't Plague. Comes in, gonna start to unload. Reavers are unloading right next to the Hive, but there's so many Sunguns. He's gonna go for some great shots here on the drones. The most of the drones do make their way out, but the Hive is taking a lot of damage there. The Hive is gonna go down. Is it gonna go down? It stays alive with very small amounts of it. Very close call. Might have to burrow up some lurkers there on his Hive. Honestly, I think Hydra could have just also dropped his Reavers here in the front and pushed through the front door with his Hydra Dragoon combination. But now the game is slowing down a little bit because Wielder has been taken out of the equation for a small amount of time. Still has money coming into the bank though, but a lot less money than before. Zealots from Rabbit are going straight for this proxy base here from Wielder. Wielder might lose a lot of his probes, so he's going to go for a stack attack onto the Zealots to try and keep his probes alive. It is allowed in the western scene. We've got Hydra's Dragoons now moving over, going to try to save his partner's economy, and his own Zealots also leaving the middle of the map. But them leaving the middle of the map means that the middle of the map is now opened up to Gensei's units that might try to push through the middle and to take over the middle and take down these cannons, and maybe even kill all of the supply that Wielder still, well, most of the production Wielder still has over here. Although at the moment, Wielder not getting any money into the bank. He does secure most of his probes, though, did lose a couple of them, I think about 20 or so, but he is back on track. But for Nexus, his allies protecting him. He's trying his hardest to get everything back together. But we've got a drop coming in here from Rabbit. They're not going to get intercepted. Going to try to unload the Templars here on the scene. Storms miss. Hits the Storm. Great. Oh, that's the jackpot. Kills about 30 of them in total. So down to 21 probes for Wielder there. Now he really has been taken out of the equation. He still has a lot of supply, though, that he can use to help leverage the map. But Gensei here on the top side is looking unbreakable. We got a drop there coming over across the map, flying over the right side, gonna try to unload and get a shot up on the Hive. He really has to take down the Hive to slow down Gensei's economy. But the Queen there can't use the ensnare. We've got Hive is gonna try to snipe the shuttles. One shuttle goes down, two shuttle goes down, three shuttle goes down, every shuttle goes down, nothing unloads, but more Reavers coming in over the bottom side, but they get taken down immediately, and not a single Reaver gets shot off on the Hive. So the Hive slowly recovering its HP, stays alive. Hydra tried really hard to take it down, but in the end, he couldn't succeed. He couldn't succeed in the end. So a lot is happening all over the map. The Reavers in the middle to support the cannons there. Got a small amount of Guardians here clearing out the right side that Wielder took over earlier, but is now being taken back over by Gensei. He's got some lurkers in those overlords. I think he got some lurkers in there. Gonna try to snipe. Oh, he's got lurker swarm. Oh, beautiful movie. Pull those lurker and the defiler from the old base that Wilder had, and now he's taking over his bottom base. Oh, kill more probes going down there. Beautiful move there. Zealot in the Dark Swarm does save the day in the end. Lurkers do go down, but the damage has been done. Wilder is once again slowed down tremendously. He won't have any money coming into the bank anytime soon. Tries to go for a drop on a rabbit, but the rabbit quickly dodges the storm. Just lose about 3-4 probes, but nothing he cares about. Most of the probes he really wants to keep alive are all still alive. Though they're running into the middle, running into cannons, and he's going to lose a lot of them. In the end, he still lost about 10 of them to the cannons there on the middle. Ooh, that hurts, that hurts. But at least he's not yet taken out of the game. At least he's not been taken out of the game. So now we once again see Gensei pushing into the middle of the map with his army. The Zerglings, Lurkers, the Fighters, Hydras, everything he needs. Dark Swarms helping him. The Reavers next to the cannons are killing those Zerglings pretty quickly. Very, very slowly though, Gensei will push through this, but that is if Hydra doesn't first push the rabbit. And Hydra lost a lot of his probes just now. He's down to 35 probes. He's running out of money. He's getting broke. He has to rebuild those probes really quickly. Looks like Rabbit managed to land a pretty important and significant drop at a pretty good timing into the game. So yeah, it looks like the Reavers here are securing the middle really well. But Wilder is running out of money to afford Scarabs. He's only on 26 probes. It's not that rich, not that much money. Plagues coming down the middle as well to help soften up the HP bars of those cannons and the Reavers. Meanwhile, Hydra is pushing through into Rabbit's base. Rabbit in pretty bad shape. Supply count is about a 60-70 difference in supply. Rabbit is holding on though as Zealots spawn just in time, but more Zealots and Dragoons are coming in from Hydra's base here. They'll try to flank him once again. They'll try to keep the pressure up and never let him recover. He's going to run out of money very soon if he keeps producing this fast and selling this fast and having to replace his units this fast. So there is a small chance that the Hydra's, the wind is going to get taken out of his sails as he keeps pushing into Rabbit's base here. Now, while the cannons and the Reavers on the middle have been softened up by those plagues, Guardians are going to push through them with ease. They're pretty damn good upgrades. They're on 2-2 air upgrades, whereas Wilder is currently on 2-3. He hasn't been able to afford any upgrades for quite a while now. Whereas Hydra is, of course, maxed out with upgrades 3-3. Rabbit is on 1-0-3. He's also been suffering from money for a really long time now. 37 probes just got dropped once again. He's in a really bad shape. But Gensei here with Mass Guardians pushing all across the map. Going to save his ally's life, I assume, or maybe just going to kill Wilder and go for the 1v1 against Hydra. Who knows? It looks like he's changing direction. He's going to go for a support move and save his ally's life because his ally can make shuttle drops with storms and he wants to keep that option on the table. He doesn't want to lose his ally's life. Wilder here on the bottom corner starts to recover now, almost 50 probes. He's got a little bit of production going once again there back at home. He's mostly focused on building shuttle drops though to keep the economy of either Gensei or Rabbit down in the dumps. But Gensei here is pretty rich, 51 per drone, so not all of drones, but he's doing really well. Now Mass Zergling going across the map, going into the bottom corner here, going to try to take over the bottom corner while he's saving his ally here. Hydra is cut up on the middle because he got lurks on the middle there that are slowly killing his units and Guardians as well to keep Hydra's army dead. Gensei starts with the BM saying easy. He just likes doing that. He is a little bit BM. He likes saying easy. Although I don't think Hydra or Wilder have ever BM'd him. It's mostly been Jose and Dingo who have BM'd Gensei. But Gensei, you know, he's an arrogant player. He will BM whoever he can. That's just the kind of player he is. Now he goes for the attack on Wilder here onto the right side. He's going to take out his production while he's also taking out his economy. There's 2 probes left alive. Not sure where they are, but they're somewhere on the map. Somewhere on the map, we've got probes. Not sure where, I don't see them anywhere. He's losing his main production base. Total probes there from Hydra. Hydra down 72 probes back in his own base. Looks like another storm comes down on Rabbit. Rabbit loses most of his probes down to 9. It looks like it's going to be a 1v1 between Gensei and Hydra as Rabbit is falling and getting murdered. Spot abuse really did a number on Rabbit. Now I'm going to switch over to red versus blue, so it's easier to see, because Wilder is pretty much dead and gone. He's no longer a factor in this game. Got no probes, means he can't build anything whatsoever anymore. Hydra is still trying to keep himself afloat and alive. Lurks in the middle there, slowly going to take it down by the Dragoons. Now going to go for a drop once again, but he's got vision. Gensei's got vision of that drop, moving across the map, and he's not, I'm sure of it, not going to let his Hive go down. At least that's the plan. You never know. Maybe one of those Reavers, maybe two of those Reavers are going to get a shot off on the Hive there. The Hive has recovered a little bit of HP. There's Temples inside. Temples are spawning. Temples are missing the drones on the minerals. We did kill all the drones on the gas. But Gensei, with 10,000 minerals in the bank, doesn't really mind all too much. And it looks like Rabbit is barely alive with 18 probes and 2 Reavers inside his shuttle trying to keep himself alive. But now mass stack comes out from Gensei on the middle here. A lot of Zerglings, a lot of Hydras coming out to the front door. The gateway in the front there is being a little bit annoying. The Reavers behind are having an easy time mowing down all these. Now the Guardians coming in from the side there as well. And the Templars have mostly used their storms. Now the Guardians coming in. One storm comes out. How many more does he have? 2 storms. Does he have a third one? Does he have a third one? I see a Templar moving. Templar storms on the... Oh... There are the plagues from the Queens, and he's gonna break through. Too many Guardians, too many Lurkers, too many Hydras, everything they're setting up shop in the front. Hydra can't keep up with the production from Gensei. Gensei just pushing through hardcore without mercy whatsoever. More Templars there in the back ready to storm, but they are waiting for anything to finish up for the storm. While he's losing the front. He's losing the front completely. So many Lurkers, he's saying easy once again, typical Gensei style. Maybe a little bit 2 PM sometimes, but he's just sending out units so damn fast. He's playing on maximum APM, EAPM. He's going over 400 at the moment. He's pulling out all of his skills to go all in on the finishing row on Hydra. Hopefully he can keep up. All he has to do is keep sending and sending and sending and outpace Hydra's production, which he looks to be doing at the moment. Supply counts are about even, but a lot of units are spawning there in the backside, though from Hydra, especially by Templars in the mix as well, and I don't see any detection here on the scene from Gensei. Most of the storms are hitting really well, killing most of the Guardians, most of the Zerglings as well. But the Zerglings just keep streaming and streaming and streaming across the map non-stop. He's got so many hatcheries here. He's got so much production going that he's losing money, actually. We're down from 10,000 to 5,000 now, maybe even going below 4,000. But he just keeps streaming it. This man is playing like an absolute madman. Over something important detection, because he sees the Dark Temples and he has to take care of the Dark Temples. So now the Dark Temples are getting detected by the Overlord. Guardians coming in from the back. Hydras are spreading out, getting a great spread on all the gateways, and it looks like this will be the end of the game. Because at this point, when there's so many Guardians and Hydras in your base, as a Protoss, there's nothing you can do. It also looks like Hydra is low on gas. He simply doesn't have enough gas to grow Dragoons, Templars, Reavers, anything he needs. Looks like Gensei and Rabbit do come out victorious in the end. A little bit of spot abuse against spot abused. Both players who got spot abused do go down first. And then the corner against the middle spawn here, Gensei just completely overwhelms both his opponents, carries Rabbit to the finish line, and they do take down Wilder and Hydra in this very nice, epic 2v2 game. Beautiful game. A lot of action, a lot of drops, a lot of great micro, great choices, great team play. Everything that you love to see in the highest level of 2v2 that the West and Korea combined has to offer. Thank you for watching. I enjoyed this replay so much. I had so much talking to do, just non-stop machine gun talking, rattling, battling, non-stop action. That's 2v2. Non-stop action. Never a break, never a moment to breathe. Always on the edge of our seats. Tippy toes to the end, to the finish line, sprinting over with full force, Mass Guardian Hydra, Lurker in the back, Queens as well, being utilized extremely well. Great game overall. We saw so much different things. I am hella excited. Thanks for watching. It's RGB for RGB TV. And I hope I've got more of these awesome games, 2v2s, 1v1s, lined up as the season continues.